Hi, welcome to Tinfoil Handkerchief Tarot, where the energy never lies and the ancestors got jokes. This channel is for entertainment purposes, though tarot and oracle cards are great tools for reflection, clarity, and confirmation. With collective messages, if something comes out that doesn't resonate with you, the overall read probably isn't for you, though there may be messages within that are. The way I read cards is more about self-reflection rather than prediction, so while you may find some helpful insight, think of it more as the potential to preemptively heal aspects within self. Please keep an open mind and honest perspective, and if you don't come in peace, please don't come at all. This is a general collective message. Okay, so this is interesting too. So we've got Earth Guardian, Stay Rooted and Grounded. The bottom of that deck is Seer, See Beyond the Current Situation. We've got Pluto, Rebirth. On the bottom of that deck is Scorpio, Investigate. And then for the tarot, we have the Temperance, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. And on the bottom of that deck is the Two of Swords. With Earth Guardian and the Seer, I'm getting like the connection between the physical and the spiritual. Like if you stay calm and composed in the 3D, you're better able to see the situation from a different perspective. What's cool about these two cards is Pluto Rebirth, and although Scorpio says investigate, Scorpio is like a sign of transformation, which in itself is a rebirth. When it says investigate, Scorpio is an emotional sign, so it could either be exploring your feelings of a situation or transforming your perspective, which would go with the Seer. And it's easier to transform your perspective if you're rooted and grounded and coming from a more calm place within yourself, which is also reflected in the Temperance card, because the Temperance is about balance and finding like peace within yourself. It's finding balance within a situation and coming at it from a more calm place, which is also kind of connected to the Earth Guardian with Stay Rooted and Grounded. Now, the Six of Wands, I love this card, but the Six of Wands, it's about overcoming challenges and it's about success. And it's like you'll be successful if you're able to balance the earthly aspects with the spiritual aspects, and you can come to a balanced place within your feelings so that you transform your mindset and you're able to see past the current situation. The Ace of Cups is like, it's more like abundance. Good things are coming. Your cup is overflowing. In this reading, it could also be, especially with the Two of Swords here, it could also be making sure your cup is full before you pour into anybody else's. So if you're emotionally or spiritually depleted, prioritize fixing aspects within yourself before trying to help other people. That's not to say don't help other people. If you're not emotionally balanced within yourself, it's going to be harder for you to provide emotional support to others. And the cups are an emotional sign. Scorpio is a water sign. So that kind of all connects together. And with the Two of Swords is about, it's more like the things that don't serve you, the old thoughts, the old perceptions, the things that no longer make you happy. But in this card, she's got the blindfold on, right? And it could also be the things that you don't see, which is also represented in Scorpio as well. It's more going along with your intuition. And it's interesting because the two of Swords and the Seer, both of them have their eyes covered. It's more like you can't always see everything, but you kind of feel your way through, right? Which you're better able to do if you have that emotional balance on sort of an earthly level as much as you do on like a spiritual level, right? And being able to balance those causes a rebirth in itself, whether it be your thoughts or how you perceive a situation. But once you balance that out, you're able to review and approach a situation from a place of more balance. And then you feel good. Because this doesn't have to mean like physical success. It can be any sort of achievement. So if you feel unbalanced within yourself, when you find that balance, that in itself is an accomplishment, right? When you feel emotionally full and emotionally balanced, you're able to come from a place of more love, and you're able to pour that love into other things or other people. Think of it like burnout. Burnout in an emotional sense is like when life gets hard, your calendar's overbooked, you don't really feel like you don't really have time for yourself to recharge. Whereas the seer in more of a spiritual level is like, it's more about making room for you to be able to recharge, because if you're just burnt out and you keep doing more and more and more things, you're just going to be more energetically depleted. Whereas if you take some time to sort of rethink a situation and rebalance it, you recharge a little bit, right? The Two of Swords in this reading could also be you're going around in circles because you're just burnt out and you don't necessarily know why. But when you take a step back and you look at your feelings and you look at, what's exhausting you, what's taking all of that energy, then you're able to better determine what you need to either take a step back from or do more of in order to balance those aspects within self, which in turn causes a rebirth of sorts, but is more about transformation. And transformation could be as simple as you're able to recharge, so now you have a full cup and you feel better within yourself. You feel healthier because you're not stressed, you're not exhausted. You're coming from a more balanced place emotionally where you have more capacity to take on new things, to meet new people, to try something new, right? But you have to be realistic about the things that are holding you back, right? Sometimes you don't always know. If you're able to find balance in what you need physically, then you're able to better understand what you need spiritually. And by being able to balance these two aspects, you have a rebirth, even if it's in the form of changing your mindset, but you are able to come from a more place of balance, which is going to make you feel better within yourself, and you won't feel you can't get anywhere, right? You don't feel like you don't understand what's going on. You're better able to navigate, even if you don't have all of the answers. If you're not getting stuck on the coulda, woulda, shouldas, you're able to better identify what it is that you need to do in order to take the next steps to be able to move forward, to be able to feel accomplished, to be able to feel better within yourself, to feel like your cup is full. These are more about the Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Those are more about abundance. If you're able to balance these aspects and come to more of a balance, regardless of what it is, you'll just be happier. You'll be more emotionally balanced, and you won't feel like you're holding yourself back. It's not always a personal thing when you feel held back too, because sometimes there are external circumstances that contribute to that, which could be represented in like the earthly stuff, right? Which is why you need to see beyond the current situation, the changes you can make. It's like that prayer about help me accept the things I can't change and change the things that I can. That's what this is kind of giving, right? You can't always control your external circumstances, but you can control how you react. You can control how you move forward in a lot of aspects, at least emotionally, even if you can't always control the physical circumstances around it. But there's a victory in itself when you change the things that you're able to change, because you're often not as held back as you think you are, and understanding that helps you feel more emotionally fulfilled, whether or not you have everything that you want or not everything is going right on the physical aspect. When you look at the things that are within your control, it's seeing beyond the situation. And again, sometimes that's just as simple as changing a perspective and trying to find the positives in the negatives, which is how you find balance within self, and you're able to have a rebirth. And again, in terms of this reading, a rebirth would be a transformation of mindset, right? Seeing beyond the current situation to do what you can do to improve the situation. So that's what I've got for this reading. If you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in booking any personal readings, check out my Etsy shop or become a member on Patreon, where there are multiple membership tiers to choose from, or subscribe to my other channel, Tinfoil Handkerchief Alignment. Until next time, keep the peace.